Bentrovati a questa diretta dove parleremo di un tema che ho visto che sta a cuore veramente a moltissimi, ovvero la massa muscolare, l'aumento della massa muscolare con un allenamento di resistenza, diciamo così, variabile. Il mio interlocutore, che spero sia presente perché abbiamo 9 ore di differenza di fuso orario, l'ingegnere Dottor Jaquish, che io provo ad invitare e vediamo se è pronto, perché non è proprio semplicissimo. Fatemi. Eccoci qua. Allora, vediamo un po' se vede l'invito, l'ingegner Jaquish, adesso che magari stava lui che mi stava chiamando adesso, che non vede, probabilmente non riesce a entrare. Vediamo un momentino, sì, pronto? Hi John, did you get my invitation? Because I arranged all with Chelsea, with your secretary. Yeah, now I am online in Instagram, and I sent you an email invitation for StreamYard, so we can get through Facebook, my YouTube channel, and through your phone, your cellular phone, for Instagram. I sent you an invitation also for Instagram. Is it possible for you to go to your computer? Didn't you get? I sent you a mail with an invitation for the live session about 10 minutes ago. I'll tell you which John Jaquish Biomedical. Yeah. Isn't it John at Jaquish Biomedical.com? I've sent it there. It's strange. Do you have another email address where I can try, or because I am now live, I have about 400 followers who are watching me phoning and speaking with you. I am. Is it possible for you to join me on Instagram? I've sent you an invitation in Instagram. I sent you an invitation. Wait. Okay. I accepted it. Maybe now you should be. Yes, you're now here. Okay. Hi, John. Welcome.
All right. Can you hear me?
Do you hear me? Yeah, I hear you. Thank you very much, and welcome.
I cannot hear you.
And welcome here. You can't hear me. Mi sentite? O avete problemi a sentirmi? It's really strange. You don't hear me? You don't hear me? Allora, ragazzi, mi sentite o fate fatica a sentire? Mi sentono? They hear me, they hear you also, but you don't hear me. John, maybe if you try to go to get an invitation in StreamYard through via email, then you can enter them, and maybe you hear me in StreamYard.
Can't hear you.
Did you get my email? You call me and I tell you.
I could call you again, yeah, sure. But I mean, then everyone on Instagram would miss this. Are you sure you don't have something on mute?
No. No. You can try to exit. Maybe someone
I'm going to try
and
leave and then come back.
Yeah, okay, right. Okay, it's right. È stranissimo, eh? Stranissimo. Cioè, mai successa una roba del genere. Allora, voi sentite, beh, queste sono le cose della diretta, eh? Una roba che ti viene la peronospora quando stai in diretta. Allora, vediamo un po'. Se adesso...
I hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh,
great.
Fine. Oh, fine. Yeah, great. Really.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Welcome, John. Here too. It's fine. It's fine. Now, I would really like if you could do it also via StreamYard. Did you get my email? Because I have a couple of followers there waiting in Facebook and in YouTube. Is it possible for you to look if you got my email?
Never got the email, and yeah, I mean,
no.
It seems to be a miracle we got this to work. I don't want to like work extra hard to screw this up.
Oh,
so
okay.
Let me
yeah, okay.
Hang on.
We make it. Ok. Grazie della vostra pazienza, abbiate pazienza, ma non è semplice organizzare una cosa così. Ok. Good. John, thank you. It's really a very, very interesting theme for us. Muscle mass. We are discussing it very often with my followers and tell them how important it is to have an adequate muscle mass and to eat protein, because I mean, most of my patients, mostly women, don't take enough proteins, and they don't do an adequate training. But I would like to ask you some questions, and then you invented a very interesting apparatus, OsteoStrong, and I wanted to ask you, how did it come that you invented it? Allora, I translate it for my followers. Il dottor Jaquish, che è ingegnere, ha inventato degli apparecchi molto molto interessanti, che noi anni che lo seguiamo, e uno di questi è l'OsteoStrong e l'altro è l'X3 Bar che vi ho detto. E adesso io gli chiedo perché, com'è che è arrivato a inventare l'OsteoStrong. I mean, it was because your mother.
Yes, my mother was diagnosed with osteoporosis. She was very depressed. She read the statistics of what happens to those who have low bone mass, and she was scared. And she also read about the medications which she was prescribed. She said, I don't want to take them. I don't want to take the bisphosphonate drugs. So I looked into osteoporosis, and I had a different idea of how to solve the problem. It turns out I was right.
But did your mother also have bone
She's
fractures?
never had a fragility fracture. She was just diagnosed with low bone density.
La mamma ha ricevuto una diagnosi di osteoporosi, ovviamente era terrorizzata, ma non aveva nessunissima intenzione di assumere farmaci per l'osteoporosi.
Would you like to ask my mother some questions? Because she just happened to walk in my office. Let me grab her.
Yeah, of course. Adesso chiama la mamma, così le facciamo alcune domande direttamente a lei. Questo è importante, d'accordo? No, allora l'osteostronco non ce lo possiamo comprare perché costa $250.000, sia chiaro, cioè questo non possiamo comprarcelo, però quello che mi interessa è arrivare al concetto di come lui è arrivato al concetto della resistenza anche variabile nella muscolatura. Gli possiamo chiedere anche della sostituzione del testosterone, che è importante per gli uomini, no?
She stopped by for like a minute, I don't know, maybe she like dropped off something for me, I don't know.
It's like my mom doesn't want to.
Oh no.
Be on Instagram.
I would just tell her this is a call. I wouldn't tell her there's 470 people looking at it. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, she wouldn't know the difference.
And how did it come that you worked on osteostronco? Cioè, come ci è arrivato l'osteostronco? Which studies or which research did you make?
Well, I mean, when I started writing research, it was already invented and developed. But what I looked at was the fact that high impact is what builds bone density.
High impact, io dicevo che un alto impatto quindi di forza stimola l'osso.
So,
okay.
Because of that, I needed to come up with a way to give the benefit of high impact without the risk of injury.
Ovviamente lui doveva cercare di creare uno sforzo muscolare senza però il pericolo di creare un danno, ovviamente.
So,
no?
like, for example, like if I'm going to trip and fall and I have to catch myself, I'll be about, right here. So 120-degree angle right here, back of the hand in line with the clavicle. So here in this position, I can either produce or absorb the greatest amount of force.
In una posizione praticamente come avete visto che ha preso lui con 5 gradi e con la mano così, io riesco a produrre la massima forza, no? E
so we isolate the
anche.
positions that humans naturally absorb high impact and then allow them to self-create force. Because when... Go ahead.
Quindi hanno sfruttato la posizione che abbiamo noi umani per avere il massimo impatto e per creare forza. Questo è importante, no? La forza, pensate sempre muscolare, che dopo ha un effetto sull'osso.
Like in that type of model of therapy, it's very difficult to hurt oneself. It's sort of like you can't break your own finger by squeezing a fist. Like your central nervous system won't allow you to do that. So no one gets injured with osteostrong unless they use it wrong.
Of course. But, allora, lui dice sicuramente quello che è importante che se tu crei un tipo di allenamento, come tipo, anche se tu stringi forte forte il tuo pugno, non è che ti rompi le dita, ovviamente, anche se hai la massima forza. Also strong, you told me, so we found a couple of months ago that it costs $250,000. I mean, it's for if you have a structure where people, a clinico, okay? Cioè non è uno strumento che ti compri per andare a casa, però quello che adesso gli chiediamo se si ha un aumento misurabile della massa muscolare. With also strong, you can reach an augmentation of non massa muscolare ma ossea, of bone density. Wonderful. And but what for me it's most important for me as physician, that you prevent bone fractures. That's what's important.
Yeah, the bone density, the tradition of measurement of bone density is DEXA scan, dual X-ray absorptiometry. The problem with DEXA, well, there's a lot of problems with DEXA. It's not a functional test of bone. However, the OsteoStrong sessions, they are therapeutic because they can regenerate bone, but they also give you a metric of functional bone performance, because you're loading the bone with, maybe with hundreds of kilos.
Ovviamente lui dice che quando noi facciamo la DEXA, no, che sarebbe praticamente, avete presente l'esame per fare misurare la densitometria ossea, è un esame quantitativo, d'accordo? Ma non è funzionale, ok? Non è che ti misura la funzione dell'osso. Tu puoi avere anche un'osteoporosi, non sbregarti, non è che per chi ha l'osteoporosi per forza ti devi fratturare. Con l'OsteoStrong tu vai praticamente a massimizzare la funzione ossea, che è quello che ci interessa assolutamente, ed è quello che ti previene una frattura e che ti rafforza l'osso. That's my husband, he's also a physician. We were very fascinated from Strong, and maybe we can introduce it in Italy, because we have in Italy, as I think in America, more and more people with osteoporosis.
Well, lower vitamin D, because they're not outside enough. A lot of grains and seed oils, which are damaging. Vegetables. All vegetables are damaging to bone.
I translate because in my family, my two men, my husband and my son, they are carnivore, and I am an animal-based. Now, allora lui ha detto che ovviamente il problema dell'osteoporosi che abbiamo quindi è il tipo di alimentazione. Abbiamo un deficit di vitamina D, la gente non esce, non si espone al sole, un sacco di grani, di cereali, d'accordo? E gli oli, quello che vi dico costantemente, gli oli vegetali poliinsaturi e un sacco di comunque vegetali. We have in Italy, but I think in America also, many people are convinced that if you eat a lot of vegetables, it preserves your health. It's the same in America?
Well, it's the same in America, and it's the same everywhere, because fruits and vegetables are cheap. So, like governments, when they're forced to feed their own people, which all world governments do, they'd certainly rather pay, a few dollars a day for some vegetables, or maybe not even $1 a day for some vegetables, than they would like to pay for meat for everybody. So no world government will ever acknowledge that meat is healthy, because it's expensive.
Sì, sicuramente dice che anche da loro in America è così, che comunque i vegetali non costano, ovviamente, no? Mentre mangiare proteine di alto valore costa. Ieri avevo dei pazienti che abitano a Neuchâtel in Svizzera, e loro hanno lì la carne di manzo che costa 80 euro al chilo, cioè voi capite. Yesterday I got patients from Switzerland, from the time, and they can't eat red meat. Why not? Because it costs 80 euros per kilo.
Why?
It's crazy. They can't imagine.
Is it a tax or?
And they
they
go to France to buy it in France, but when they go back, they can't have more than 1 kilo per person. It's terrible. And then I think if there isn't something that they want to do, you understand what I mean. But it's really very, very expensive, they told me. But back to your to your osteostrong, you developed osteostrong before X3 bar, didn't you? Lui ha sviluppato l'osteostrong prima per la mamma, per una necessità, quindi così, e dopo l'X3 bar. How did you come to X3 bar? Come sei arrivato all'X3 bar?
When making the observations of loading the body, like I realized that position I was showing you, like you're 7 times, I'll back up a little bit. You're 7 times stronger here than you are here. Once you know that, weightlifting doesn't make any sense.
Ma ho detto che quando l'avete visto, no, come vi ha fatto vedere, che tu sei, quando sei praticamente alla fine del push, non mi ricordo più come diavolo si dice, se penso che Paolo mi ammazzi, della spinta, sei 7 volte più potente che quando lo hai qui, e allora lui ha capito che andare a farsi le sessioni di bodybuilding per ore in palestra non aveva senso. I mean, I've seen your interview with Gabrielle Lyon that told her to be in the gym a lot of time. It's lame. It does nonsensical. And so lui infatti ha sviluppato questo sistema che è affascinante, l'X3 bar. We bought your X3 bar, I think 3 years ago, and we bought a second one because our son is studying medicine in Salzburg in Austria, and he took it to me. It's genial because you don't have to invest a lot of time, and it's simple. It's that I would like it really that my follower and my patients buy it. A me piacerebbe che voi lo compraste perché, cioè io non ho nessun inciuccio con il Dottor Jaquish. I told them I don't get anything from you. A me, cioè quello che è bello è che voi in 15-20 minuti vi allenate la muscolatura. I mean, between 15 and 20 minutes, it is possible to train, to make a whole body train.
Right.
But you have 4 sessions in push and 4 in pull, cioè praticamente avete 4 esercizi in spinta, 4 in trazione. What I want to ask you is, do you train every day? Ti alleni tutti i giorni?
6 days a week, so I take 1 day off.
6 times, okay. And it means today push, tomorrow pull,
and then repeat.
Okay, and you repeat, but about 15-20 as you describe it.
Well, when my workouts, I'm about 8 minutes under tension in a normal workout. So about 2 minutes per exercise, 1 set per exercise. So 2 minutes under tension, like actually doing the exercise. Does that make sense? So, yeah, each exercise takes about 2 minutes. So,
how many?
You have to rest in between those, though.
How many? Okay, I tell my followers how it functions. Allora, voi avete 4 forze di elastico dove cominciate, e I mean, is it always so? You have to reach 40 repetitions.
You just need to go to fatigue.
A fatigue, ok. Cioè dovete arrivare ad avere uno sforzo. And then when you have a fatigue, how many times do you have to repeat it?
Time. You just do it 1 time. Yeah.
I see. Ok. And lui dice che lui fa. I've seen a video of you with an orange band.
That's heavy. Yeah.
Ok. Praticamente l'elastico arancione è quello più forte. Means it takes you 2 minutes to make this range of motion.
Oh no, like, 2 minutes, the whole thing. Like, I'm doing this and the whole exercise until the last one where I, can't do it anymore. Yeah, that whole experience is 2 minutes.
The whole, okay. And for example, if you have the white band, okay, how many times if I reach 40 times, it means it's
too light.
Too light.
Yeah, you need to go a little heavier. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and how long do you wait between one and the next exercise?
It's whenever you catch your breath, whenever your breath goes back to normal. So for for a muscular person, a very muscular person, that's going to be a longer period of time than more of a beginner type person. Or like women recover much faster than men because of the lower muscle mass.
Sì, allora dice che il recupero fra un esercizio e l'altro, vi ricordo, voi avete 4 esercizi in spinta, 4 in trazione, che il recupero è praticamente più lungo, più massa muscolare voi avete, la donna ha un recupero inferiore in quanto la massa muscolare di noi donne è inferiore. You have mostly, for example, in pool, I like it very much. Do you make the arms, then the legs, then the arms and the legs, or it doesn't?
You only, you wouldn't want to do a smaller muscle first that is also used in a multi-joint movement. So like, you'd never want to do triceps before chest press. See what I'm saying? Like, you never want to do that because triceps are used in the chest press. So you always want to do chest press first and then triceps. Yeah, that's the only rule. Otherwise, you can mix up the order. It doesn't matter. No.
It's no problem. Quindi voi potete farlo tranquillamente anche tutti i giorni. Lui lo fa 6 volte in settimana. Quindi non c'è assolutamente nessun problema. And someone is asking, is it dangerous to make it at home without knowing how to do it, even for injuries, for self-injuries?
We have video, you've done it, so you know. You have to watch the instruction videos a few times. Like, you want to make sure you're doing it right, but once you do it right, no, I mean, the chances of injury, well, there's risks with any type of strength training. Like, some people can do the chest press and drop the bar, let go of the bar. But I mean, it's the same thing with weightlifting. Like, you can lift a weight and drop it on yourself or on your foot. People do it every day. But you have to keep in mind, it's very heavy training. So just, if you feel like you're using a weight that you could possibly let go of or drop, then it's too heavy. Then you need to go down a band.
Allora dice che sicuramente è meglio guardarsi i video, e vi assicuro che sono perfettamente comprensibili. Cioè, la serie che io penso che sia sicuramente più pericoloso fare uno squat da soli sbagliato, che se non sai come farlo veramente ti puoi fare male, o fare anche uno stacco, ma se tu ti guardi i video e li fai con attenzione, cioè devi proprio impegnarti a farti del male. La cosa geniale è il fatto che qui non puoi più dire non ho tempo di farlo. But yet, now the question is the following. Did you your muscle mass is on X3 bar?
100% of it. I lifted weights for 20 years and I didn't get hardly any result. And I was even on TRT. I've been on TRT since I was 28 because of I had
Wait a moment. I tell it, allora ha detto che lui per 20 anni ha fatto pesi e non è che avesse una massa muscolare come, insomma, lui adesso è allenato solamente con l'X3 bar e lui è in terapia sostitutiva con testosterone da quando aveva 28 anni. Ok, and why did you get, do you get TRT?
I had a rugby accident. Someone hit me in the crotch and I ruptured a testicle.
Ok, lui ha avuto un incidente, giocava a rugby e praticamente con rottura dei testicoli e da allora lui è in terapia sostitutiva con testosterone. And which do you have TRT transdermal or injective?
Like when I started TRT,
Injection.
I mean, I'm 46 now, and you know that happened when I was 28.
Yeah.
So like they didn't even have transdermal back then. Well, it might have existed, okay, but it wasn't available. Yeah.
But do you get Nebido?
Now, or I mean, yeah, yeah, sure.
Now it's the name of TRT.
Oh, you're asking about the product. No, I don't use that product. That product came out after also. Yeah, Nebido is
okay.
It's testosterone undecanoate. Yeah, and so it's an ester that makes it last very long. So you can have an injection like once a month.
Oh, I give it to my patients all every
2 weeks,
maybe
or 2 months.
2 months.
Sure.
It depends.
Depends on somebody's metabolism. I mean, some people will go through it faster than others. Yeah. That, by the way, that's very hard to get in the United States. Like I get my testosterone from, CVS, which is just a drugstore. And, you have to have a prescription. And they, whenever I ask, like, do you, because it'll say, my prescription will say, like, testosterone enanthate, certain, or testosterone cypionate, same, the 200 milligrams per milliliter is generally what they want to give. That's a weekly type shot, or you can split it up. You can do like half, for the beginning of the week and half at the end of the week. With undecanoate, it's so much more convenient, but they just look at me and they're like, I've never even heard of this. So you just can't get that.
Yeah. No, lui è quindi in terapia con testosterone, quindi da 18 anni, terapia iniettiva, e I stress it always for my patients, and I tell them if they want an adequate testosterone level, they have to quit sugar,
Yep.
They have to document protein, and they have to lift weight. Ovviamente se potete, cioè lui la sua massa muscolare se la sta mantenendo e facendo con l'X3 bar. You have your muscle mass with X3 bar, and your wife also, because she's really very beautiful. She's
training also. She's been for 2 years been using X3. She's in very good condition.
La moglie di John è bellissima, dovete andare a vedere, veramente bellissima, e 2 anni che anche lei si allena sempre, dice che è in forma insomma smagliante, bellissima donna, really beautiful.
Well, let me answer the question. You said, did I get all my results from X3?
Yeah.
So I got testosterone replacement therapy at 28 years old. So my testosterone has been optimized since I was 28. I might have put on 1 or 2 pounds of muscle in between being 28 and 40 years old. So in 12 years, maybe 2 pounds of muscle. I put on quite a bit of body fat in that period of time, as most people do when they go from their late 20s to their 40s.
But when did you begin to train with the X3
I got my
bar?
prototype on my 40th birthday. And right. So for the first year, I didn't launch the product. I just used the product and recorded my results, and I put on 30 pounds of muscle between being 40 and 41 years old. I look like a completely different person.
Ha detto che lui ha messo su
30
how
pounds.
many? 30 pounds. Ha detto che su 15 kg di massa muscolare da quando si allena con gli stre bar, che quindi, per dirvi che non è che era il testosterone, perché lui ha cominciato col testosterone a 28 anni, ma si allena regolarmente con il suo X3 bar dal 40° anno, da quasi da 46, John. Quindi, per farvi capire che ha messo su 15 kg di massa muscolare, non perché pigliava il testosterone,
That's
perché
about
pigliava
12
già da 12
kilos,
anni.
by the way. 30 pounds. No.
Sì. In a certain pounds,
Okay.
it's 15 kilos. Yeah? It's really impressive. No, quindi è micidiale, cioè io posso confermarvi che insomma che è così. How do you eat?
Yeah, you
I
know
know
exactly.
it. Cioè, come mangi,
Yeah,
come ti...
pretty much animal protein and water.
Lui mangia particolarmente proteine animali ed acqua.
Yes.
1 meal a day. Lui fa un OMAD, 1 meal a day, cioè praticamente fa un pasto. Gli uomini riescono di più di noi donne. It's easier for the men than for the women to get all the proteins and
it's like
macronutrients.
I think part of it is men don't have a problem feeling a little bloated after a meal. Women don't like that. Yeah, I think it's a preference thing, but I understand it. It's like, I don't feel great when I'm bloated, but like last night, for example, I couldn't, oh no, it was the night before. I didn't have time. I was planning on eating like two meals kind of closer together towards the end of the day. And I was so busy. It just didn't happen. And so my wife and I, we met up at a restaurant, and I had I think it was a 48-ounce steak. So yeah, I mean, that's like a 2.5 kilo steak.
Lui si è mangiato 2,5 kg di bistecca. I have my son is so.
Yeah.
It's the same. He's eating 2.5 kg meat every day. Lui si è fatto una bistecca di 2,5 kg, capito? Quindi che noi donne, we women, we can't. It's not so easy, man. We have to split it in 2 times. Cioè, per lui non è un problema fino che è completamente pieno, e questo è importante. One question, allora, se noi, sono arrivate tante domande, there are many questions from my followers, and one, la più importante, è che la domanda: per mettere su massa muscolare nell'uomo, cosa consiglia lui? I have many followers, men, they are asking you what you suggest to put on muscle mass if they are tall but very small.
Same thing. Yeah. Now, muscle, like when a taller person gains muscle, it doesn't show as much because the muscle's longer.
Una persona alta mette su muscolatura, lo vedi di meno. How tall?
A little
tall
over
are you,
6 feet
John?
tall, almost 6'1". Meters,
centimeters?
Well, let's see. I don't know. Somebody can do the math. One of our commenters will do the math. Yeah, what's 6? You know, what's 6 feet a foot or 6'1" in meters? Come on, somebody.
What, how many? Yeah. 183. Okay, wonderful. The same as, okay, I'm 184. We are
really, you're a tall woman.
Okay.
Really?
And
oh, okay.
Yeah, very tall. Yeah, I'm very
all
tall.
Right. Well, I'm not going to challenge you to a basketball game. I'm terrible at basketball, so I can only play short people.
I played, but where I live,
Right.
we get skiing
sure.
here. It's more northern part from Italy, and okay, and but how would you? So in America, is it TRT usual for men or not so usual?
Oh, I haven't looked at the latest statistics, but I think for men over 50, because it's usually over 50. The only reason I got it earlier in life was because I lost a testicle. You know, I mean, I don't recommend doing that. Don't do that. But, you know, I mean, it was an accident, and it happens in rugby. But for most people, I think it's about 10% of males over the age of 50 in the United States.
Only 10%. Only 10%. It's not so much. Okay. And I don't know, really. And we have really, so 2 years ago, Italy, the government suppressed the production of DHEA. We can get it. And so I get my own prescriptions for female hormones in Austria or in Germany. You don't have problems there. And because I work in my practice with bioidentical hormones, my patients are mostly women. And okay. No. Say something, tell something ai my followers. Quello che dice John, che praticamente è arrivato alla sua conclusione dei suoi device, cioè strumenti. L'X3 Bar è uno strumento che potete usare a casa vostra, ve lo potete portare ovunque, ci sta nella borsa di allenamento e potete costruire la vostra massa muscolare a casa con questo tipo di allenamento, cioè non è che dovete andare per forza, chi appunto non ha tempo, anche in palestra. Questo è veramente importante. Ok, I look other questions. Allora, it's really interesting. You don't eat carbohydrates.
I have 15 grams of glucose tablets.
It's for Menno Hansen.
No, I was doing it before Menno. Before he wrote the study, and his study is like my favorite study ever on carbohydrates, because it shows like people eat hundreds of grams of carbohydrates and we need 15.
Allora, you need 15 for the glycogen. Okay. Voi avete necessità solamente di pigliarvi 15 grammi di glucosio per riempirvi come si suol dire, viene la parola, reservoir di glicogeno. But do you eat it before training or afterwards?
Usually before. The window is typically within 3 hours of. Are you going somewhere? Where are you going? Okay, come here back. Stand back. That was my. Oh, hang on. My wife's here. She can say hi.
Guardate che bella che è sua moglie.
Hi. Nice to meet you too.
Nice to meet
so you have fans in Italy, apparently.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm appreciative.
I told your husband you're really a beautiful woman. So training, I like to see beautiful women.
Thank you. I think it's nice to represent more of a feminine body type in this industry.
Right.
Yeah.
Most of the fitness models are very muscular. Female fitness models are very muscular, and I think most women who need to start training, they don't identify with that. And I think Caroline is a lot more relatable.
Sì, è vero. Lei ha un bellissimo fisico, ben strutturato, muscoloso, che molte donne, purtroppo c'è questa paura, no? Che non si identificano col fisico muscoloso. I like muscular women, so where you see the muscle mass, for me it's very important and beautiful for me. And I think beautiful because they're healthy.
Right.
Very,
The two greatest drivers of long life are high levels of muscularity and low levels of body fat.
Il segreto per la lunga vita è avere ovviamente una massa muscolare adeguata e un basso contenuto percentuale di grasso, quello che sappiamo che dobbiamo assolutamente lavorarci. And 15 grams about 3 hours before.
15 minutes before. Yeah.
15 minutes before, ok. Quindi i 15 grammi un quarto d'ora prima di allenarsi, punto. Questi sono i carboidrati che si mangia, John. But you could get it also from
Sure.
fruit.
Well, fructose takes a while to become glucose. So there's a delay. I mean, you could do it like that. I think, you know, like even people who say there's zero carbohydrate are not. Like, there's carbohydrates in meat. There's muscle glycogen in the meat, right? So, like, anyone's like, oh, I'm zero carbohydrate. No, you're not. But, you know, ultimately, we want to have the most usable carbohydrate in the system to be reabsorbed into the musculature after, you know, sort of even during and after. So you hydrate the muscle the best, which once you stretches out the fascia that contains the muscle, and you can have added growth via hyperplasia, like cell splitting. So,
but you take glucose because from an augmenting in muscle mass, or which purpose? For
the section of my book about hyperplasia, like it's it's not an effect, like Caroline doesn't do this, but she's not, I mean, like larger muscles is not really what she's after. She's looking for greater level of definition, greater speed of firing, you know, like just be able to, you know, she's getting ready to do a pageant, so she's got to walk on very high heels very quickly with a lot of great balance, and all those things are improved by triggering muscles to fire quicker. So it's just a little different goal. But for me, like, I want to be as muscular as possible because I'm proving a point. So what I do is make sure that I have the 15 grams before the workout, do the workout, drink as much water as I feel like drinking to satisfy my thirst. And then I do about 30 seconds of stretching immediately after the workout. And there's some great, Professor Jose Antonio did his, I'm sure you've heard of him. He's like the top protein researcher. And he's a professor at Florida State University. His PhD is what? Jose Antonio.
What's the name?
At Florida State University. No. And he's done a lot of phenomenal protein research. And when his PhD dissertation, though, was on causing hyperplasia. So he would take birds and feed them something specific and then put them in an apparatus that would stretch their pectoral muscle. And when he would do that, they would grow muscle mass very quickly, like overnight. And so, like, that's what we're trying. Are you trying to get out of here?
It was so nice meeting you.
Yeah, come right back.
Bye.
Bye. Nice to bye.
So, Jose, Jose Antonio, Antonio.
Antonio. I have husband is here.
Yeah.
He knows.
Yeah. Very famous guy. Very smart.
Yeah.
And so he did his PhD dissertation on this. And the dissertation is a long document, just like mine, but it's fascinating because it's yet another add-on you can do with your training to ensure that you grow like very fast.
No, questo è bellissimo perché lui dice che lui e la moglie hanno due obiettivi diversi, ovviamente. Lui vuole fare massa muscolare perché gli ho chiesto perché lui piglia 15 grammi di glucosio 15 minuti prima di allenarsi. Lui dice perché lui vuole avere un'ipertrofia muscolare, cosa che sua moglie non vuole l'ipertrofia. Infatti le si va a farsi anche la corsa sulla collina, va a farsi anche di scatti, d'accordo? E quindi dipende ovviamente da quali sono i vostri obiettivi, no? Però la moglie si allena anche da 2 anni con l'X3 bar e poi diceva di questi studi di questo di José Antonio, di questo scienziato che io non conoscevo, se mio marito lo conosce, quindi dovreste andare a vedervi. Coco, sai gli studi che ha fatto lui?
Io ho letto alcuni, ma adesso non so di quale.
Sì, adesso lui non sa, va bene, comunque se volete potete andare a vedervi quali studi fa. Io personalmente adesso questo non lo conosco, però dove gli ha fatto anche su degli uccelli, dove ha fatto sulla muscolatura del petto, dandogli da mangiare le cose, insomma questo è importantissimo. Lui ha detto comunque, John, che dopo l'allenamento si fa sempre una seduta di stretching che beve moltissimo. But how much do you drink in a day, John? More than 1.5 liters?
Yeah, usually 2 liters, but that's just because I'm thirsty. Hydration's a little like overrated. A lot of hydration research was paid for by Gatorade.
Wait, I tell you.
Team Nox.
Bellissimo, fantastico. Team Nox? From Team Nox?
I don't think Noakes did that research. I mean, Tim Noakes has done amazing research. But...
Yeah, he made a study about it. Voi sapete che fatto del bere, no? Che si dice no, perché bisogna bere 2,5 litri, 3 litri al giorno, che è anche un'affermazione un pelo sovrastimata, e pensate che gli studi sul chi beve cioè quanto bere eccetera sono stati sponsorizzati da Gatorade, diciamo così. Fatevi le vostre considerazioni. I agree with you, because I think when my patients ask me, I tell them you have to drink when you're thirsty. You don't have to.
No, it's ridiculous. Like the people that want you to believe you need all that water are the people who sell water. You know, this is kind of a joke, but what does Avion spell backwards?
And coconut water, tutte le bevande che ci sono in giro, pensate che è un mercato che noi in Italia siamo i più grossi consumatori di acqua minerale. We are in Italy the greatest consumer from mineral water. And John, what about a woman with osteoporosis? Can she use X3 bar at home? Quindi la donna con osteoporosi, perché sono molte le domande che sono arrivate, può assolutamente usare l'X3 bar a casa sua senza problemi, perché ho visto che mi avete fatto in molte le domande, avete mandato di fare che allenamento fare a casa. Lo potete fare. I had really many followers who asked me, but I have osteoporosis, what can I do? Because what happens many times, they get a diagnosis from osteoporosis and they stop to move. Yeah. They are afraid. Maybe it happened to your mother also.
It does exactly the opposite of what they want. Yeah. So 2 things. I see in the comments scrolling down at the bottom. Avion spelled backwards is naive.
Evian indietro, le indietro è naif.
Ah, fantastico. Aspetta,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was
avete
just an
presente?
accident or if they were laughing at the fact that they're
Buon-
bottling water and telling people they need to drink 2 or 3 times as much as they really need. I don't know. It's funny either way. Somebody else asked, do you stretch between exercises? No, you wait until the whole workout is over. And the reason is because if you stretch a muscle, like stretching muscles shuts muscles off. People get so mad when I say this. So don't stretch before your workout.
Ha detto che lo stretching lo fate alla fine dell'esercizio, non prima, d'accordo? Alla fine e men che meno in mezzo alle sessioni cioè ai tipi di esercizi che fate. I suoi video li trovate sulla sua website. The videos, they're asking me the videos from X3 Bar.
Correct.
Are in your website, aren't they? Yes. Yeah, ok. Ma ve l'ho messa, la website ve l'ho messa nella storia. I put them into story now. Because you have a special offer, Chelsea told me, c'è una offerta speciale adesso di vendita per l'X3 Bar. Quindi io vi consiglio di comprarlo adesso perché noi abbiamo pagato di più. One is asking if someone does the wrong training with X3 Bar, and it's not possible, or I don't think it's possible to make it wrong.
Hey, people can always screw something up. People can always make a mistake.
Of course.
So sure, okay, if somebody uses it wrong.
No, but she asked what happens. Ma Mirella, cioè, se tu ti guardi bene il video come c'è, non penso proprio. Poi la Carla, non è che hanno costi eccessivi, non stiamo parlando dell'Osteostrong, stiamo parlando dell'X3 Bar. How much does it cost now, the X3 Bar, John?
It's $550 in the US, but we ship all over the world.
No, but you have now.
Oh yeah, it's our anniversary. So now it's $400. But I think that only lasts. What day is it? I think that's only for one more day.
Adesso costa for one more day.
I think so.
One more day, ancora un giorno che costa $400. The normal price is $550
and now it's $400.
E allora $550 è il prezzo usuale. E adesso sono sui dollari, quindi adesso costa 370 euro in questo momento qui, però ancora per un giorno c'era un'offerta speciale. Ovviamente non l'abbiamo comprato, che non c'era l'offerta speciale, la fa lo stesso. E voi avete 4 elastici, you have 4 bands, and the fifth one
but
is
most
extra.
People don't need that. Half of the people that I work with that play American football, so big, strong people, half of those people cannot use that orange band.
Ha detto che quello arancione non vi serve, cioè adesso non buttate via soldi per comprarlo, perché lui lavora anche con quelli che giocano a football, che sono delle specie di armadi, e non usano il training, è quello più forte di tutti.
La gomma arancione.
La gomma arancione, giusto, la gomma arancione dell'elastico. Ecco, io sono arrivata al terzo step con il push. Quindi assolutamente. Allora, calisthenics, benissimo, ovviamente. No, the shipping is not included. Lo shipping non è incluso nella spedizione.
But, international, I can't do that. Yeah.
But you don't have a distribution
we have one in the
Europe,
Netherlands.
do you?
Yeah, so it's certainly cheaper for
Netherlands?
Italian people to order it from the Netherlands.
Ha detto che vi conviene sicuramente guardare, io non lo sapevo questo, che c'è un distributore
There's
in
another one
Olanda,
in Denmark
no?
also. All the Nordic countries.
In, in Danimarca, ok? A me sarebbe piaciuto tantissimo introdurlo in Italia e mi avrebbe fatto uno sconto pazzesco per fare in modo di farvelo avere al prezzo che ce l'hanno loro. Viene fuori un casino fra l'IVA, la dogana, il trasporto, insomma, costa di meno se ve lo comprate da soli. Ok, and then X3 bar, to summarize it, X3 bar is adequate for to put on muscle mass.
It's
for
the
everybody.
best thing that'll put on muscle mass on everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for everybody. Is the best one also, or you put for strength training?
Strength and muscle size most of the time are the same thing. The only difference with some people that have a very high power to weight ratio, so they have less muscle mass but seemingly more power, that's a neurological difference. And that has to do with like power lifters, where they're always training their body to recruit more muscle tissue faster. And so that's the only way like somebody is like smaller but much more powerful than they should be. So like gymnasts, that type of muscle is a little different from a neurological perspective. But generally, if you want to get stronger, you have to get bigger too.
Ok, allora lui dice che nella maggior parte dei casi, poi ci sono ovviamente quelli che possono essere di fare ginnastica, che sono anche magri, hanno una grande forza, che di norma la massa muscolare, se noi la alleniamo, va di pari passo con la forza, siccome noi non è che siamo, capito, agonisti e lo facciamo per una questione di salute, questo lo possiamo fare insomma a casa nostra. Io ve l'ho messo nelle storie dove prenderlo, però io vi ho messo il link americano dove li ho comprati io, però John dice che ci sono in Olanda e in Danimarca, quindi vi conviene mettere dentro in Google, d'accordo, che così riuscite a vederlo. Ok,
vediamo quella roba che ha fatto adesso.
You invented a new device for
yeah. Yeah, it's a belt. It's a belt that grabs on your waist and it hooks to the bar.
And
for squats.
And for squats or for
single leg squats.
For squat. Single leg squat, per fare ad esempio gli affondi, e c'è una specie di cintura che adesso l'ho vista anch'io, cioè non ce l'abbiamo perché è appena
brand new, yeah.
It's new. It's brand new.
You can see a video of it on, if you just go to my Instagram account, I think it's like the top video.
Yeah. L'ho detto che vederlo nel suo account, nel suo profilo Instagram, e è per fare anche gli affondi. Insomma, io ritengo che gli affondi siano fra gli esercizi più efficaci distruttivi, nel senso che proprio tagliano le gambe quando facciamo allenamento. Nana, thank you. Ok.
Chiedili della piattaforma vibrazionale, vibration plate che ha lui.
My husband is suggesting me, I have to ask you about your vibrational platform that you
the growth hormone accelerator.
Fantastico, perché lui ha una piattaforma, questo mi ha detto Helmut, mio marito, di vibrazione per la stimolazione dell'ormone della crescita.
So,
how does it work, really?
Do you remember two Italian guys, Carmelo Bosco and I think his first name is Franco Cardinale? Don't remember those guys? Okay, they invented a vibration product that somebody actually stole the invention, and it ended up being called Power Plate, and they got nothing out of it. Power Plate, yeah.
Plate, yeah.
So I used to be an owner of that company.
But Power Plate, it's an invention from two Italian guys?
Power Plate says it's an invention from one guy in the Netherlands. But it's that guy who stole their idea. It's really Carmelo Bosco and Marco. His name is Marco Cardinale.
Marco Cardinale. But now power plate, it's very a very fascinating concept.
And that's exactly what we have with the growth hormone accelerator. So the platform, it vibrates up and down, side to side, and forward and backward 30 times per second. So it's designed to make the body unstable, so you have stabilization muscles firing to keep you from falling down. And when that happens, growth hormone goes up very quickly.
Ma è una figata, scusate la licenza poetica, ma questa è una piattaforma vibrante. Non so se avete mai fatto il power plate, le donne probabilmente. Il power plate sono quelle palestre dove hai la pedana vibrante, vai lì di solito mezz'ora e fai esercizi che secondo me sono una roba geniale, solo che capito. Ma comunque lui ha fatto questa, pensate che è un ingegnere, quindi questa pedana vibrante che hanno dei movimenti in avanti, laterali, su e giù, praticamente 30 al secondo. E quindi ovviamente ti sbilancia e tutta la muscolatura dell'equilibrio deve bilanciare l'equilibrio, e questo è uno stimolo micidiale per la sintesi dell'ormone della crescita, che vi ricordo che è il più grosso e potente bruciagrassi che abbiamo nel corpo. I told my followers that growth hormone is the most potent fat. Come si dice bruciagrassi, Coco? Fat.
Yeah. Oh, people lose body fat really quickly. That's right. It's because growth hormone goes up and cortisol gets suppressed.
Ha detto che quindi non solamente anche
Marco Cardinale.
Here, Marco Cardinale. Combination of external load and full body vibration potentiates the GH releasing effect of squatting in healthy.
That's a great reference.
Questo è Marco Cardinale, che gli hanno fregato l'idea per fare la power plate. Comunque diceva che non solo sale l'ormone della crescita, ma scende il cortisolo. Ma è una figata, cioè è fantastico. And this kind of vibrational plates, you have to be in a clinic, or you can buy it for your home?
With me, with Jaquish Biomedical, you buy it for your home. Now, most of them, like a power plate, is like 10 or 12,000 US dollars. Like my product, which is exactly the same thing, is $1,300. So you see power plates in like a gym. Also, part of the reason a power plate is, I like power plate. Power plate's awesome. It's so stable. If you look underneath it, there's an iron slab that weighs 600 pounds. It's that thick of iron, like big around, like this, and like maybe like 3 inches thick of iron, and that's why it doesn't move around the room, vibrate, and move around the floor.
Of course, but that's it. The power
no,
plate,
that's the power plate. That's why power
plate's
so expensive, and that's why it's so stable.
Perché lui dice che la power plate ha una base di ferro che pesa. Cioè, io la volevo comprare, mi ricordo, non so cos'era, un tot di anni fa, avevo risparmiato tutto l'anno, no? Adesso costa $12.000, adesso io l'avevo beccata una per $7.800 tutto l'anno. Mi è arrivata una, che diavolo ne so io, l'agenzia delle entrate mi ha fatto un regalo a dicembre, me lo dimenticherò mai, tasse arretrate, la mia power plate se n'è andata. I wanted to buy it about 5, 6, 7 years ago, and I spared my money throughout the year, and in December I thought I buy it now, and got taxes to pay. So I surprised taxes. Other taxes, so I did, but $1.300 quella di John, fantastica, wonderful. And how long do you, you use it like the power plate and you exercise? You make the X3 bar on your plate?
Its platform is the platform of the X3. So the bands go through the products. and you can do your X3 session under vibration, which makes it even more powerful.
Ah, una figata. Quindi praticamente fate il vostro allenamento, questo qui è il non plus ultra ovviamente, il vostro allenamento quotidiano sulla pedana vibrante. Quindi cosa fate? Mettete su massa muscolare, forza, stimolate l'ormone della crescita e riducete la vostra sintesi di cortisolo. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's really wonderful.
That as like, you know, people know that follow me, they know I have a lot of what would you call them in Italy? Hateful fans, angry people, you know, jealous people. It's all like envy driven, but you know, and it's like sometimes it's overwhelming, you know, when you realize you have like, you know, thousands of people that are furious with you. But if you use whole body vibration, your cortisol goes down and you don't worry about anything. Like really, like I see, you know, it's like somebody's complaining and it's just like, well, yeah, whatever, forget them. I don't care. It doesn't matter. Like you will remove stresses from your life if you from a daily basis use whole body vibration, because your cortisol goes down so much. You just you think about what's important, which is not stupid people making stupid comments on the internet. Yeah.
Ha detto una cosa giustissima, no? Ha detto che lui è grande negli Stati Uniti, già piuttosto grosso, quindi no? E ovviamente sai, quando cominci a produrre delle cose di successo stai sempre sulle balle alla gente, è sempre così, quando è successo c'è la gente che ti invidia. Lui ha detto, ma se frega, lui va sulla pedana vibrante con la scusa che ti riduce il cortisolo, ti riduce anche lo stress, lui se ne frega altamente, capito?
Se poi combina tutta la sua
di questi che rosicano
con rosso e infrarosso e
quindi, but are you doing also photobiomodulation? I mean, red and near infrared.
I believe in it, but I'm not doing it. Not yet. I mean, I'll get to that. Okay. I travel so much that a lot of these, like, you know, I'm really excited about things I can take with me, you know, and I cannot take the vibration plate with me. It's just too heavy.
John, we could. I have started a startup 2 years ago. Maybe in the near future we can introduce more I would like to introduce Osteo Strong in Italy, and it is my goal. Good. But you know, we don't it, and I would like it really. My husband and me would like it. And one follower of me asks, le vibrazioni non sono pericolose per le vertebre? E un'altra ha chiesto, le vibrazioni non sono pericolose per le giunture? They asked if the vibration aren't they dangerous for the spine or for the articulations.
Typically improves joint health because it causes supporting muscles to fire that sometimes don't fire. So a lot of physiatrists and physical medicine and rehabilitation physicians they'll use it to get muscles to fire.
Yeah.
That normally don't. So anybody with a joint dysfunction is going to be improved.
Al contrario, questo ve lo posso confermare, in Germania è molto usato, che c'è un aumento della funzionalità articolare e dell'attività anche muscolare, che normalmente non si attiva, e molti fisioterapisti e osteopati ce l'hanno nel loro ambulatorio, assolutamente. Allora, is it bad for herniated disc? Che fa male per l'ernia al disco?
Yeah, it just activates more musculature around. Really, the only contraindication that I'm aware of is wet macular degeneration. Yeah.
Ha detto che l'unica controindicazione è la degenerazione maculare umida. ma ha detto, ma neanche protusione discali, perché lui ne ha due, ha detto, perché con la scusa che ti va a stimolare tutti i muscoli paravertebrali, ti rafforza assolutamente il core, giusto? Quindi questo è assolutamente importante. No, noi penso la tessuta del fuscito, esatto, Davide, hai ragione, le vibrazioni stimolano la crescita del tessuto osseo, assolutamente. Non è una questione di posizione corretta, Federica, io l'ho fatto, l'avevamo una, ma non era così performante come è la power plate, sicuramente quella che ha John Jaquish, che ha prodotto lui. John, thank you for your time, really. I hope that that in Italy they will join your X3 bar, because I find it's fantastic for everyone, and I hope that the followers who asked how can I build muscle mass, they are trying it and they're doing it every day, and now I think my husband and me, we are going to buy your vibration plate, because it's possible to have it at home.
Totally. So remember what I told you about the iron slab in power plate and why power plate. So the problem with the lighter weight vibration products, the home vibration products, is you turn them on and they vibrate all over the room.
I see. And is there a way to avoid it?
And that is what that invention is with the growth hormone accelerator. I made the trigger to turn it on your body weight. So it turns on when you step on it. And when you're standing on it, it's not going to move around the room, because with your body weight, right? So I replaced the iron slab with the user. And then the trigger that turns it on, I have a patent on that, so no other company can do it.
Genial. Lui ha praticamente detto, è ovvio che non avendo 200 kg sotto che te la tiene ferma mentre vibra, lui ha sopperito a questo con il peso di chi la utilizza, cioè praticamente tu ci stai sopra, non si sposta tutta la stanza, perché sei tu che ci vai sopra, che la tieni ferma. Genial.
Absolutely.
Thank you really.
We can do it again.
John.
Everybody who's tuning in who's not already following me, please follow me, because I have a few really big things that I'm going to announce. I think all the data is like falling in place. And, yeah.
Seguitelo, perché ha un sacco di cose su cui sta studiando, che sta sviluppando. Andate a vedervi la sua website, andate a vedervi il suo profilo, le sue interviste, e soprattutto leggetevi i suoi post, perché vi mette gli studi scientifici. D'accordo? Quindi li suffraga con l'evidenza scientifica, che è, insomma, bella evidenza scientifica.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Thank a lot, John.
See ya.
Have a nice day. Grazie a tutti voi. Buonanotte a tutti.